Yo, what's good, guys? I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm gonna switch it up and do a little commentary. Recent news lately has it that Chris Paul has requested a trade. He wants to move on to a different situation because him and James Harden haven't been working out. As you guys know, for the second straight season, the Rockets, Chris Paul and James Harden lose to Golden State again. And Chris Paul underperformed. He did not average 20 this whole series and got outplayed by Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. And there's reports coming out that Chris Paul wants to be traded. He said, it's either me or James Harden. And you know the Rockets are not going to trade James Harden. So Chris Paul is looking to be traded, but that contract is the issue. And his age is an issue, and his play in the playoffs are an issue. That contract is a $35 million contract. Nobody wants him. He's 34 years old, $35 million, and he's not doing nothing to help your team. He might make your team worse. He's a terrible player in your locker room. He's going to mess up your chemistry and everything. Some teams I would not trade for Chris Paul. He's 35 years old. No. I would not trade for Chris Paul. Even if I was the Phoenix Suns, I wouldn't even trade for Chris Paul. So I heard there was reports that Chris Paul or the Phoenix Suns had interest in Chris Paul. I would not trade for Chris Paul. He's out of his prime and he thinks he's good. He still thinks he's real good at basketball, which he's decent, but he's not that good anymore. And he needs to become more of a role player like a Rondo. I would argue that Rondo is better than Chris Paul at this point. But Chris Paul needs to learn his role and get together with James Harden. Let James Harden handle the ball. James Harden is a superstar. Chris Paul, you are a glorified role player. Please learn your role, Chris Paul, because nobody wants to trade for you. Nobody wants you. There's no team in their right mind that will trade for a 34-year-old Chris Paul. It's not New Orleans Chris Paul. It's not Clippers Chris Paul. It's the Rockets Chris Paul, which nobody wants. He was decent last season when he went against Golden State, but this year he's not as good anymore and his value went down. If he had around like a $10 million contract, maybe teams will offer him or try to trade for him, but not at the moment. They're going to have to figure this thing out, and hopefully they bring in another star to help him because Chris Paul ain't doing nothing. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.